in one show. Here, we celebrate Africa not as a headline, but as a home full of ideas, courage, flavor, and future. This is where we talk about everything Africa. The politics that shape our nations, the innovations that shift our economies, the culture that colors our lives, the challenges we face with honesty, and the victories we are building one story at a time. On this show, no topic is swept aside. We are unfiltered and we are intentional. We bring you experts from across the continent and the world.
Hello there, many thanks for joining us once again here on RAZEP Africa. Here, as you know, we give you updates across Africa, telling you what you need to know to get you abreast and to make informed decisions around everything you need, the potentials in this beautiful continent. Although today we'll be discussing something very important, childhood cancer. For some of you who may not know, just a couple of days ago, we celebrated the World Day, Childhood Cancer Day, a day set aside to, all those words and things around cancer that you may not understand. It was a day to set the record straight, those mysteries and mystics that some people believe in. It's a day to also address those very important things around the survivors, what you need to know to be a caregiver, and the attention for government across the world to take serious attention to these cancers that are affecting children. We'll get into everything in a bit, but as you know, we'll start with the African news updates today. We'll start that immediately. We'll begin in Addis Ababa, where African Union leaders at a two-day summit have adopted a landmark resolution describing slavery, deportation, and colonialism as genocide and crimes against the people of Africa. The resolution passed during the gathering of heads of state recognizes colonization as a crime against humanity and signals a renewed push for historical justice on the global stage. The chairman, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, also used the platform to call for an end to what he described as the extermination of the Palestinian people, expressing the solidarity with Palestine. Member states agreed to designate November 30th as the African Day, tribute to African martyrs and victims of the transatlantic slave trade, colonization, and apartheid, adding that they would work collectively to seek international recognition of the resolution. Meanwhile, in Beijing, China has announced it will scrap tariffs on imports from 53 African countries starting May 1st, in a move aimed at boosting trade relations across the continent. Chinese President Xi Jinping made the announcement through state media, confirming that only Eswatini is excluded due to its diplomatic ties with Taiwan. China-Africa trade reached $222 billion in early 2025, and the expansion of zero-tariff access builds on an earlier policy that covered 33 African nations. The move comes as several African countries reassess trade partnerships globally, particularly amid shifting tariffs policies from the United States. Turning to West Africa, a planned US-funded hepatitis B vaccine trial involving newborns in Guinea-Bissau has been halted following strong criticism from the World Health Organization. The study had proposed giving one group of babies the vaccine at birth while delaying the dose for another group until 6 weeks of age, raising ethical concerns. The WHO described the proposal as unethical, arguing that withholding a proven life-saving birth dose vaccine exposes newborn to potential irreversible harm. With more than 12% of Guinea-Bissau's adult population living with chronic hepatitis B, public outrage prompted the government to suspend the trial, insisting that its citizens are not subject for experimentation. Now let's go further south. South Africa has launched a sweeping 10-year vaccine campaign targeting nearly 20 million cattle in response to a fast-spreading outbreak of foot and mouth disease. The highly contagious virus, which affected cattle, sheep, and goats, have spread to 8 of the country's 9 provinces, placing immense pressure on farmers and export markets. Agriculture Minister John Steenhuisen says the 4-phase plan aims to reduce outbreaks by more than 70% within a year in high-risk provinces. Vaccines will be sourced from Argentina, Turkey, and Botswana, while local production is being expanded. China has already suspended beef imports from South Africa over the outbreak, intensifying economic concerns. And finally, back in Nigeria, thousands of fishermen gathered in Kebbi State as the historic Argungu International Fishing Festival returned after years of suspension due to insecurity and infrastructure challenges. President Bola Tinubu joined spectators at the Matanfada River, a UNESCO heritage site, as competitors used traditional fishing methods to catch the largest fish. This year's winner landed a 59-kilogram croaker, earning a cash prize, while the festival also featured cultural displays, wrestling, and music. First held in 1934 to mark peace between the Sokoto Caliphate and the Argungu Emirate, the event is widely seen as a symbol of unity, though local leaders admit insecurity still deters participation. That's it for the African News Update.